to my party. We're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scar.
Good evening, everyone. Let me go ahead and turn that off right there. There we go. We're on the big screen tonight. And tonight we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. We're going to be having Spags and from Spags Unfiltered and Patrick Henry. And these guys are both from the I'm gonna get this all wrong. I get this, the Midwest Preparedness Project. He's probably listening to me giggling right now because that's what they do. So we're gonna go ahead and add them to the stage. Guys, can you hear me tonight?
Yes, sir. What's up, man?
Excellent, excellent. Don't let my man voice scare you off. It happens from time to time. All right, guys. So if you guys are looking at the screen right there, those guys right there, the one with the really goofy look on his face and it's something he calls a beard. That's Spags. That's Spags. And he's got a channel on YouTube called Spags Unfiltered. I really like watching him. He's my friendly neighborhood anarchist. And then we've got Patrick Henry. I don't know a lot about Patrick Henry, but I know it sounds like it should be like a lever action gun or something. And he's like, no relation. I don't know, but he's going to be talking here in a second. And these two guys are running something called hopefully I'm not screwing this up again. I've been saying it all. It's on the screen. Perfect. The Midwest Preparedness Project. So before we get into it, let's go ahead and start off with, you guys know who I am. But let's talk to Bobby Spags a second. Tell us your life story in 20 seconds. Go.
Homeschooled, military, Cold War, Europe, Germany, run prepper shows, and I am a greasy wop.
How'd I know you were going to say that? He's like, I've been preparing all day. Okay, so that's just how me and Bobby talk. But Patrick, I don't know you too well, bro. So do me a favor. You got a full minute. Tell me all about yourself. Tell me about your preparedness journey and how we got to this place on the internet.
Well, it started in the 3rd grade. Her name was Jessie Pettimore. She was the cutest. Oh, wait. We don't have that much time. Long story short, I've been playing in this preparedness sphere since I realized my family and I were going to perish in the snowpocalypse of 2000 and I believe it was 6. We went through 3 back-to-back blizzards and realized we were going to die horrifically, and I was going to march my family off into the woods with a survival bucket and a backpack full of overhydrated, dehydrated snacks, and that led us to where we are now.
Yeah, there's nothing like knowing you're going to die eating a lean cuisine. Okay, let's go. All right, so introduction, guys. So this is all none of this for everybody watching. None of this is pre-scripted. But we do have some bullet talking points that we want to talk about just to make sure things are guided the way we want them to go. And one of the big things that we all talk about is participation. We're not just talking about preparedness. We're not just thinking about preparedness. We're not just dreaming about preparedness. We're actually participating in our preparedness lifestyles. Now, Bobby, what since it was kind of your idea to bring this part of the subject up, what are your thoughts on this?
Look, man, preppers are a bunch of introverts living in an extrovert's world. And if there's one thing I've heard over 20 plus years of doing prepping stuff, it's I don't like people. I don't like crowds. I don't like leaving the house. I don't like leaving the homestead. Well, guess what? Neither do I, but I'm not at home tonight. I'm here in the studio. So if you want a chance of survival, you've got to pack up. You've got to be in groups and circles of groups and mags and whatever word you want to use. So get up, get out, go to these festivals and actually meet people who might just view the world fairly close to the same lens that you do. And in finding these people, you'll find symmetry and possibly even people to ride the storm out together with.
Gotcha. Wow. Yeah, I mean, and that all makes perfect sense. What's your input, Patrick?
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, it's summed up in a nutshell, but being the keyboard ninja of 2024 is not going to save you or your family. I'm getting packed up with a tribe, of people that are similarly aligned, on the same mission as you. You always see those memes about, make sure your people in your circle are on the same mission as you. Well, it's true. It's not a meme. It's real. We are living in one of the most precarious times in human history. And if you're not participating, if you're not out building your mag, you're not out building your group, your tribe today, right now, you're going to be in a hard place, come Mad Max version of the apocalypse, let alone the Joe Biden version. I mean, we're not getting any, farther away from the cliff. I think we're getting closer to the cliff. So if you're not participating, what are you doing? You're an NPC. Don't be an NPC, OP.
You're an NPC. Well, these are all very valid things. So let's go ahead and try to get to the meat and potatoes of why we're here. Basically, the 5 W's: the who's, the what's, the when's, the where's, and the why's of the Midwest Preparedness Project. There's no time frame. Let's just go ahead and talk about that a little bit. Tell our viewers right now what this is really about.
Well, sure. This is a week-long camping extravaganza that we put on twice a year here in Kansas. This year we have moved from Perry Lake to Clinton Lake, so it's about a 20-minute difference north to south, so about that much. Yeah. But it's right in between Topeka and Lawrence, closer to Lawrence, but it's on that I-70 corridor. This campground is about 8 times the size of the one we had before. Lots of places for you to park your RVs, to park your tents, to park your hammocks, and lots of places for even the day trippers who don't want to necessarily camp. I get that too, and I hear that a lot as well. I don't like camping. Well, guess what? I don't like camping. I'm 45 next month. I bivouacked for the Army for 16 years. I don't like sleeping on the ground either, but I'm going to be there anyway because, well, that's how we get out of our comfort zones and do things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw a lot of the pictures from the last event that you guys had. I was very impressed by the amount of people that were there, the community that was. It was almost like in all the videos where it was almost more community focused than anything else. It wasn't just, hey, I'm so and so and I'm here to teach you about your bug out bag. It was almost all videos of people that were like, I don't know, like playing with their kids or having barbecue, and you know what I'm saying? You guys had a stage, so it appears to be all very well laid out. I'm sure at some point I'll get there, but not this year. Not this year. We got something else this year. We'll talk about it later. But I think that's actually pretty cool. And one of the coolest things that we're definitely going to be doing at our event, we'll talk about that later. But I think you guys invented it, to be honest with you. I haven't heard it any other place. And that was Bartertown. Whenever I think of Bartertown, I think of like the Mad Max, Beyond Thunderdome and all that stuff, But it's a little different. So if you guys could explain for the folks there what Bartertown is, this is like getting the gouge right from the inventor's brain. That way we can like take it over to the other event. But please explain what Bartertown is all about.
Yeah, so Bartertown is it's a fantastic experiment and something that's existed since the dawn of time. It's exchange. It's it's the most simplest form of exchange. You think X is worth Y, and I think Y is worth X, and let's come to an agreement and then haggle on it. And it started as like this. Just an attempt at getting the kids to play that kind of understand, why, half-eaten bag of Skittles is not worth, the same as my Glock, 22, and why that's not a fair trade. But it's evolved and taken on a whole life of its own. And now we have this, I don't know, it's probably going to end up being its own event at some point. Just this thing that's grown organically into dozens and dozens of tables and people that are now giving classes on alternate economies on how to actually barter and what's the fair value of barter today versus what it's going to be tomorrow. Because again, just like, I made the analogy earlier, the bag of Skittles. Well, today a bag of Skittles for a Glock might not be a fancy trade on your part, but if it's the last bag of Skittles in the world and you don't have any more 9mm seeds for that Glock, or 40 caliber seats for that Glock, it's an expensive paperweight. Which would you rather have, the Skittles or the paperweight? So it's all relative. And then we've taken Bartertown to like a whole nother level. We've got the kids involved. We've got our vendors involved. We've got random people that just show up now and like barter off the streets. It's crazy what it's turned into.
I gotcha. And the unique thing about it too, it isn't just about what that person behind the table thinks the value of something is. It's about what they both think the value. And it's also about like what I really need. So if I show up with a bag full of, magazines, it's like, you don't need those magazines. So you're not going to give me any of the stuff on your table because you don't need those magazines, So it's a very interesting idea. And we're definitely going to be using that for our upcoming event.
Yeah, for sure.
The other thing that I wanted to talk about too is you guys have recently just fired up your Discord.
Yep.
So Spags, could you tell me a little bit about your Discord?
Yeah, I've been a fan of Discord since my video gaming days back in like 2017, and I've actually run several Discord pages. Now, granted, Discord pages for games fill up very quickly because that's pretty much what Discord was originally intended to, but it's essentially an old school message board mixed with almost a blog style commenting section, but I love it. And all the preppers out there with severe OCD should love it because it compartmentalizes everything to where you can go to the channel to talk about what you want to without having to scroll through 900 miles of text. That is until it gets super populated. But for those who are on Discord, go to the Real Midwest Preparedness Project. It's on Discord. You can find links to it on LP's page, and you can find links to it on all of our other social media, which runs the gambit from Bookface and X all the way to MeWe and Gab and Freesetting.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, and we've on the local prepper side, we've had our Discord for quite some time. I like yours because it has like a little robot that'll tell me stuff every so often.
Yeah.
And I used to do that, but I was like, you know what? We're just going to keep the humans in the loop for now. But yeah, we
have some fun little bots.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think it's a neat little idea. Let's see here. Let's see. This is the part of the show where I actually promote that right there. The Jace case, guys. If you guys don't have a Jace case, I just want you to take a look at the fact that medicines are flying off the shelves. And oh, by the way, a solar storm just made it so you couldn't get your medicines yesterday. No, it wasn't a cyber attack. I'll fight you all day long. Anyway,
the Russians.
I know, right? Real. That damn Russian solar flare. 2 of them. But yeah, guys, make sure that you're checking out your medicine cabinets. Make sure you got what you need. At some point, you may be. Let's just say I swear by it. Let's just say I've used it so many times, it's not even funny. Okay, so let's see. The next thing we're going to talk about here is doing versus talking. This kind of leaks into the whole participation thing. Spags, could you expand on that for me?
Yes. Look, quite a few of us have been in what I call the prepper sphere for a very, very long time. And anyone can make a channel and do a kick-ass studio like Patrick's wife did here and put props out and look cool online. Anyone can have a YouTube channel where they get thousands of viewers because they promote fear-based bullshit. They can do all of these things. But in order to have something of merit and value, you have to actually be involved. You actually have to get off your butt and do things for real, which is what Midwest Preparedness is all about. We don't just have a YouTube channel that we spend all of our time on, or even the Discord that we spend all of our time on, or Facebook or whatever. We physically go out and we try to provide value to the folks who follow us. And that includes our sponsors. We'll go out to their places of business and film little 3-minute commercials for them just for being a sponsor. We'll attend their events. And just like with you, we're going to promote Prep Stock because you're promoting us. We're all about that mutual assistance. And that also means getting out and being involved with more than just what we're personally involved in and doing. We have to be involved in all of those concentric circles in order to get everybody built up to where they need to be, so I don't have to babysit you in the apocalypse.
Gotcha. Perfect. All right, so that ambush question that I warned you guys about. Patrick, welcome to the fire. How do you feel about people that say that they won't participate in your events because the world isn't great, that we might be in some kind of lockdown, or by the time the festival goes, so there's no sense in going? How do you feel about people like that?
Yeah, we had the same problem back in 2020 when all this nonsense started, and there was a push for people to, avoid social, events and get out and mingle and do all those things. And I feel sorry for those people. I felt sorry for them then, and I feel sorry for them now because, like I alluded to earlier, we're living in a very precarious time. It's a very strange and interesting time where we've got to be worried about, making sure our Chase Medical, supply is stocked up, or that our, whatever is stocked up. And I'd say to those people, get out and participate. If I have to sound it out for you or spell it out for you, it's these events. It's Prep Stock. It's going to your local swap meet with a couple of dudes from Facebook, or Discord that are in the same preparedness group or preparedness channel, and making sure that you know their face and they know yours. So in the event that it is like some type of apocalypse situation, you're not walking across the field into a random group of strangers. That's your buddy you met last year at the Preparedness Expo.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Yeah. I figured I'd ambush you because, smart Alec next to you has always got something good to say. We got to get you out, more online, get your face out there more, because he's not pretty. Okay, let's see here. I think, what do we got here? Is there anything else that you guys wanted to talk about the Midwest Preparedness Project?
Yeah, let's go over how the event actually works. We have, like I said, a week-long camping extravaganza. It starts on Tuesday, where we open the gates at noon and anybody can come in, and it's all first come, first serve. This year, we are going to have some traffic control tents just because we're going to have a larger population. We're going to be handing out some information and some wrist bracelets so that we can keep track of attendance and all that sort of stuff. But the real meat and potatoes are going to start on Thursday. We're going to have a special event this Thursday, or this particular show on Thursday, where a local company that does freeze-dried food, which is My Honey's Kitchen,
one of our sponsors,
is going to they have a cookbook that they sell, and their cookbook is based on their product, like 50% their product, 50% what comes from your kitchen. You come up with, an awesome recipe, and they actually have these taste test competitions. In fact, Patrick is going to be at Riverside Survival Supply, which is another one of our sponsors, for one of these events on March 2nd.
Yeah, coming up quick.
Yeah, so if you go to that, you'll get to taste test and cook, and you can potentially have your recipe put into the cookbook, and they're giving away like a 72-hour freeze-dried food pack for the winners who do that.
Yeah, it's a nice pack.
So that's going to be something we're going to start doing on Thursdays, or we're expanding into Thursdays. Until this particular time, everything was Friday, Saturday. So Friday and Saturday, we're going to have classes. We have 2 classes on Friday, and we have 3 classes on Saturday. Mm-hmm. Friday, the 3rd class spot is taken up by what we call the Freedom Panel, where we have all of our class presenters on stage with some of our local folks, and they basically field questions for about an hour from the audience. And because we're bringing in folks like, Nicole Sauce from Living Free in Tennessee, because we're bringing in people like Toolman Tim, and because we're bringing in people like Tag from Life Done Free,
Dr. Dan
from Holton Direct Care, everybody knows these folks online, but we're going to give you an hour to actually just get in line and ask a question that they have to answer on the spot. Our first barter event is actually going to happen that Friday. Grumpy, Grumpy G and Angela, Grumpy Acres Farms. They actually host a seed exchange Friday night. That seed exchange, again, is just like Bartertown. There's only 2 rules. 1, nothing that's going to get me arrested. And 2, no cash. Those are the rules. Everything else, we are very much free market capitalists. So they have the seed exchange. After that, as everyone who's watched your channel, Grumpy's channel, and us, everyone knows Rawl, the World Without Rule of Law, the new card game that is a scenario-based game. Patrick actually leads Rawl around the campfire. Until this time, it was always Conflicted. Well, now Conflicted's been replaced by Rawl.
Thank you, JD.
Thank you, JD. And those guys are awesome. Southern Prepper 1 and JD, they're the ones who created that game. And we actually do a live round of Rawl with 100 people around a campfire, and it gets pretty spicy because there's a lot of opinions. And by that time, you know what's going on because it's after dark. We actually affectionately call it Preppers After Dark.
It's great.
and that's pretty much all of Friday. Then Saturday, 3 classes. And then we have the potluck. And then we have Bartertown. Now on Friday and Saturday night, we also give away a plethora of prizes. We give away everything from guns to ham radios to solar generators. Anything that our wonderful sponsors give us, we give away. And we break it up on Friday and Saturday nights. And that's how we actually fund the project, is we sell opportunity tickets that you can purchase, and that money goes back to the next show. And then at the end of each day, you can win awesome prizes. And then, like I said, Saturday night at the very end, we have Bartertown, where it's, again, no cash and nothing that's going to get us arrested. And people haggle for literally 2 to 3 hours. And it's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. And some folks ask us, why only 3 classes a day? Why aren't we class heavy like a lot of these other shows and expos and stuff? And it's because like you said, we want people to sit around the campfire and actually talk to each other, to actually fellowship with each other. You know, we have a prayer service on Sunday morning. We have a prayer around the potluck as well. So there is an element of faith for those who are seeking that. And it's really that light for those who aren't. So everyone's welcome. Everything happens, and it's all for that community building. And we have people showing up from New Mexico, Louisiana, New York State, Nebraska, Missouri, and of course, Kansas. We have people from Arkansas, people from Virginia. Like, there is no excuse why you shouldn't be coming to these sorts of things, folks, because there are people traveling from across the country to see these events because of how magical they truly are.
Nice. Those are great answers. Yeah, that was, well, I asked that question because, you know, as some people know, you know, I'm not really, this is your show, guys. We talked about this, and this is your show. So we're not going to really pimp Prep Stock. But as a lot of people know, we've got Prep Stock coming. You can go to prepstock.net and buy tickets. It's going next October in Nebo, North Carolina. It's very small. All the pre-sale tickets are already done. And it's already funded. So everything else is gravy, and it goes right back into the mix. It's going to happen. And we're learning a lot from the Midwest Preparedness Project on how to do it and mistakes they've made in the past, so we don't make those mistakes now. But I had that question because I had several people say, you know, I don't want to go to stuff like that because, you know, the world is so bad and you know, and I'm thinking to myself, really? It's so bad that you wouldn't spend the same amount of money that it would be to take your wife to dinner, you know, to go and actually learn and actually be with a community of preppers. Right. And actually, and we're actually, we are lecture heavy. We're event heavy. So we do have some people that are coming out to try and sell stuff, but it's not a lot. We purposely focused on having a very small amount of vendors.
Same.
So, you know, we want it to be, hey, let's hang out. We want to have evening events, you know, and it's really difficult to do in the particular area in that part of North Carolina, you know, but because of the space that we're in. But that could change too. We'll talk about that in the future.
We should.
But I don't know if you saw it. I had your website up there a little while ago. Guys, I've got the website for the Midwest Preparedness Project in the link. So I recommend that you guys go in there. Start clicking those links, create a small profile, become part of that digital community, you know, make sure that you do that. Otherwise, you just watch this video for nothing. You just hung out with us for 33 minutes for nothing, you know? And I'll be honest with you guys. I'll probably be out there next year, or maybe I know you guys do 2 things a year. You do the spring and the fall, right? So
I'm going to try to get you as a keynote speaker in the spring for 2025.
Like we can have
I can't talk. I get scared. I get scared talking in front of people.
I'll hold your hand.
I keep trying to talk Bobby into having like an all-marine panel on stage. We can issue you guys like all jumbo crayons and matching helmets.
No.
Oh,
shots fired! Shots fired!
No. No, the jumbo, that's way too much. I only eat the small crayons and only red.
Damn it.
Hey, everybody, real quick. Billy Bond from Perma Pastures Farm is in the chat. Everyone say hi to Billy from Perma Pastures. He's got a huge permaculture and prepping channel, and he's one of our sponsors, too. He sends us books and rice knives and comfrey salve and all kind of stuff. So, hey, Billy.
I love it.
My buddy Chase Peoples is here tonight.
Chase Peoples in the house. His dad, Chuck, from Homestead Medical, another sponsor of ours. That's the thing, folks. All these awesome people you get to meet at these festivals, and you'll see that they're just the same in life as they are on their damn TV shows.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, off subject, and then we'll close this out. Did you happen to see that that video that came out yesterday from I can't remember. It's one of the big monster prepper sites that had your old CEO boss in it.
No, did not see that.
Old CEO boss. Are you talking about EMP Shield?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I watched the video where they tested it.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
pretty
those guys.
impressive.
That
It
was
was
a
pretty
lot of
impressive.
work. Holy cow.
Yeah, it works.
It works.
That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing. You know, that's the biggest thing. People are always like, I'm not. No, even if it didn't work, I'd like to have the warm fuzzy that it did. You know,
Right, but now we know
watching
it
them
does.
test that
Now we know
thing,
again. You know, third round of testing, a third independent tester.
yeah, he's like destroying his refrigerator and all of his ups and everything that aren't even connected to the circuit. It was amazing.
Yeah.
You know, so. But I was just
Don't
curious
you have
if
a
you'd
code?
seen it or not. I don't get to
Don't
talk
you
to you
have a
very
code,
often.
LP?
So. What's that?
You have a code, don't you? For EMP
Yeah, I
Shield?
do. I do. If you guys are interested in EMP Shield, do me a favor, go to localprepper.net and you'll find all of my trusted products. Yes, I'm an affiliate. Yes, I make 10 cents every time you spend $1 million. Okay. All right, guys. If there's nothing else you guys want to add, we're going to go ahead and close this up. You got anything else to say?
Did you want to talk about prep stock in Bartertown with you guys at all?
No, I think we're good. Like I said, I want to make this video for you guys. You know what I'm saying? And that way, when the time comes, we'll do it right for prep stock.
All right, awesome. Well, we'll do the same for you. We return favors as much as we ask for them.
That's
everybody.
what I
Thanks
heard.
for tuning in.
All right, guys. If before you leave, do me a favor, smash that like button for me. I don't care what platform you're on, and also hit that subscribe button on whatever platform you're on, because it does help. It does help. All right, guys. Until the next time, stay safe. Have a great day, and I shall see you when I see you.
Stay safe, guys. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
I'm pushing buttons. Button pushed now.
Ah!